The best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy. The OG on the marquee, J-Bird. And the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
It is a fabulous Friday here in the Hassle Castle with wonderful weather on the way. T-Roy and Jay here to stay. I can't rhyme much more than that.
How long did you think of that for?
I don't know. It just took 2 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, everybody, it's awesome. When I talk about wonderful weather, the weekend is going to be beautiful. And then the beginning of next week is when it starts. Spring is finally friggin' here.
Yeah.
To stay, I believe. We're going to have a blast. We have the draft so close. We have a lot of guests today, Jay. Lay it down for them.
Oh, we're going to have Jake from Elite Sportsbook back in studio with us around 12:30. And then at 1:10, we're going to have Kakert from Hawkeye Report.
A little shake and cake up in this.
Talk about some of the transfer portal things that are going on. Talk about the spring game that he went to on Saturday.
He's a wealth of knowledge. Hey, did you see about 20, maybe 30 minutes ago now, I was on Twitter, Assumption hired a new basketball coach?
No, what are you talking about?
Randazzo tweeted it out. I thought we just had the Assumption coach in here.
I don't think you...
It said Assumption.
Were you sure it wasn't female?
I said boys basketball coach, I thought.
Let's figure it out.
I could be wrong.
Let's see how fast.
I may be wrong. I may be right. I may be crazy, Jay. But, hey, it just might be a lunatic you're looking for.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, Joe Ewan.
Yeah.
Ewan. I don't know how your has been named new boys basketball coach at Assumption. Now, we just had...
Yeah, Fitzpatrick on.
So what happened to Fitzpatrick?
It's a great question.
He had a great go. Did he take a job elsewhere?
You know, I feel like I'm out of the loop.
So he's also an Assumption grad in his previous head coaching experience at North.
Yeah. What's
going on?
Well, where are we at? This was like 2 weeks ago. Where are we at? He's just stepping down. He had 6 years. Fitzpatrick had 6 years. Boy, what was I doing 2 weeks ago? We were down at Front Street. Did I not go to the gym and work out that day, and that's why I didn't read the paper?
Well, I think maybe we had a lot of stuff going on. That was we had a lot of stuff. We weren't. Time.
Yeah, but we were also. We just did a Facebook Live show that day. We weren't. So it's not like.
But we missed some time there. We had a few 3 days stretch where we weren't on the air. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he stepped down.
Yeah, he steps down and he just kind of says, like, you know, it's maybe not attacking it as much as he did as a first-year coach, and he just kind of felt the stress that he does have 2 kids at home, a 20-month-old also, you know.
Oh,
so
well, yeah.
I mean, you understand that, but yeah, I can't believe I completely forgot. Yeah, Joe Ewing would be the guy that's stepping in for Assumption.
Well, yeah, especially if your wife is a full-timer and you're trying to do a full-timer, and it's tough.
And he's got that business, that his State Farm insurance business over there. He's over in Rock Island. That's doing well.
Yeah, so probably, I'll bet that's.
But he's got a good team over there. He said that. Yeah, again, we're not going to be much different than other shows that are going on. We got another mock draft to look at. CBS put out their final one, I guess. It's supposed to be a consensus of all their top guys that they have here. I don't agree with it. Just by looking at it, I don't agree with it, T-Roy. Okay. So...
Well, you want to just...
No, we'll get to it. I think we'll do it probably... Yeah, we'll get to it soon because I think...
Because we want to do it before Jake gets
Jake
here.
And they get in here. But we'll take a look. We just got to look at some other things and stuff just a little bit, I guess, foreshadowing, teaser, if you will. We'll talk to Kakert about. The NCAA has voted to change some college football overtime rules. It's good. Here's how it's going to work from here on out, okay? Both teams will still get a possession starting at the 25-yard line. But the teams now... will be forced to go for a 2-point conversion if they score in the second overtime period. So previously it was required in the third overtime. If the game goes to a third overtime period, teams will be forced into a 2-point conversion shootout. Previously that was in a 5 overtime shootout. Changes like this, there's always going to be some type of pushback. I don't know why. And changes like this, they're going to cite less plays, less likely to be injured. Yeah. When really what it's come out to, studies are, it's really practice time where most of the injuries and concussions come from.
Okay.
Not the games. But so that's and that's just it.
Somebody's pushing a false narrative in this nation? No way.
Yeah, yep.
Get out of here with that.
So they're going to be forced to go for a 2-point conversion if they score in the second overtime period. So that's just the small changes that they have there. Just a little bit, some odds and ends there as well. And there's college. I mean, just college sports in general is on the verge of just major changes, or ideas of changes, or even litigation, I would say. But obviously the litigation, we have the name, image, and likeness that's coming up.
Did you see from Eddie that somebody photoshopped that new kid's recruit's head out of Wieskamp's body?
Yeah, in Wieskamp.
Eddie needs to step his game up because his Photoshop is not. I mean, I'm not buying some of his stuff. It doesn't look that true.
As far as the NIL, the name, image, and likeness, 10 states have passed laws that will allow athletes to sign endorsement deals. Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Michigan, Mississippi, Nebraska, New Jersey, New Mexico. 14 more have active bills. That includes Iowa. Okay. Laws in Alabama, Arizona, Florida, Mississippi, and New Mexico take effect in July. If the NCAA hopes to buy itself some more time, it will need to file lawsuits in each state, according to ESPN's Dan Murphy.
If they do, if they file a lawsuit in one state, they're going to get destroyed publicly. I hope they do. And the reason I hope they do is so they get destroyed and we finally disband the NCAA. If there's one thing in this nation where you can tell me that it is discriminatory, I say it's the NCAA. And it discriminates against these athletes. It has nothing based on your race, sex, whatever.
Yep.
It's just they are discriminating against athletes, and it's BS. And it's so that they can make money.
Oh yeah,
it's that pure and simple. And yeah, I get it, and we've had Cake in here before talking about it. I don't think it's a situation. I think everybody in their mind thinks right away that it's going to be this uncontrollable thing where these athletes are getting money that they shouldn't get. Blah 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 blah. The name, image, and likeness is not that. I don't know if someone's feeding you a false story on this, but it's kind of like what Luka did right after the games. He distributed his e-card. I'll just call it an e-card.
NFT, yeah.
E-card's the best way for me to describe it and understand it in my head.
Okay.
He made money off of it before he got drafted in the NBA. He will be drafted, but it's good. It's like we talked about before. If you're a scholarship musician, you can go out and play at a club. You can give music lessons.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Jordan Bohannon can't do a basketball camp, or whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? It's wrong, and that's what we're getting down to. These guys, you put them in a situation where a lot of them aren't coming from much either. And they're limited to what's there, and you can't. I'm like, I want this, or I want a new pair of shoes, or I want this, and they can't.
Yeah.
Like whatever, I could care less of it. If a clothing company wants to give these kids free shoes to wear on the court, good. On the field, here you go. Here's a headband, write Roselle on it. I don't care.
I agree. And also,
it's another form of capitalism that's better than a bunch of bureaucrats, which the NCAA is making money off. I'd rather see a company pay a kid and both of them profit off it than a bunch of a-holes who get the job for what? How do they get the job? I don't know. How do you get elected to be in the NCAA committees and this thing? What? I don't know.
I don't know either. That I think you get hired, and then if whoever's pockets you are in, then you're in as well. So also last week we talked about this. Division I Council voted to grant all athletes the ability to transfer once and be immediately eligible, because originally it was like football, hockey, men's basketball, women's basketball, and baseball, I believe. Those were the 5 that you had to sit out. Now,
and that was an NCAA rule.
Yes.
Another way.
Yeah. Another rule that
they discriminated against some sports and not others.
Yes. Whereas, like, they could hold you to different scholarships. Like the guys from, I always go back to the Virginia Tech wrestlers who wanted to transfer to Iowa once Brands got hired. Like, they held them their scholarship, and I mean, left bad taste in people's mouths. But I don't know to what extent, because there's a lot of them you can transfer, but you couldn't transfer within the conference. Now that stops all the stuff.
Wasn't there something when the Justin Fields transfer?
That was when you felt physically threatened, you could automatically do it. And there was a racial slur thrown out on the sidelines when he was a backup for just Jake Fromm. And he said, I don't feel comfortable on campus here, and then immediately was granted. Not immediately. It took a little bit.
Right.
But the thing that bothered people is you had like former Iowa players who were hurt, injured football players, and they weren't given their medical hardship.
Yeah.
Those are the things where you're like, well, one's granted, one isn't. Now, it's easy to tell someone like, oh, you played, a certain percentage of snaps or percentage of games, and you don't have a medical hardship, because we look at the numbers. You can't gauge that number-wise how someone's fear of their, being harmed on campus or whatnot. So,
right.
I mean, I understand. The thing about the being able to transfer is that the worry is that you're going to have more schools that are kind of like feeder systems, like a minor league, like Kentucky having, I don't know, like Western Kentucky. Like, you can't get into Kentucky, or Stanford. You can't get into Stanford. You can get into, I don't know.
At the same time,
Cal Baker's Wethersfield.
What's the problem with that?
Because they're using it one year to go to the next. Or we don't have enough scholarships, go to this school, and then we'll give you our scholarship next year.
And the problem with that is?
It's a little bit like...
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, I mean,
I'm being a little argumentative.
I'm just saying that's what the contrarian's going to say.
Okay,
that's
the contrarian, then I'm going to say to them, what's the problem with that? Let's just say, for example, is UNI a feeder school to Iowa or Iowa State?
No.
But if it could be, if that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah, if you don't want to leave,
it's usually directional schools are a feeder into the bigger schools. Okay, so I don't see the problem with it. It's a one-time thing. That school gets a really good player for 1 year.
This is a gateway to getting rid of the one and done in the NBA for the NCAA. I mean, it's a complete and utter gateway getting done with this. The one and done in the NCAA is a joke anyway.
It is.
But then in football, again, different sports are different rules. In football, you have to be 20 to get. But that's
the
an NFL thing.
Sets the rules.
Yeah, NFL sets the rules.
And the NBA sets the rule too.
Oh yeah. The NBA
so my thing with the NBA is
the
NBA is a different situation. Okay, follow me here. It is different sports, and each sport, each professional sport, should have their own rule on bringing it in. Now, granted, there are not very many kids at 18 years old that can get on a football field and compete with these men at the strength that they are. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a difference in your strength between when you're 20 and when you're 30, just your core strength alone.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
So what I'm getting at, but when it comes to basketball, there is that situation where you have the Moses Malones, the Kobe Bryants, the LeBron James, the Kevin Garnetts, who are these athletic freaks of nature, if you will, that are just men-child to start out with, and they can compete against these adults. That's fine, and it doesn't happen that often. And I think with the NBA getting rid of it, it makes sense. They'll weed out the ones that can and cannot make it. And if you lax these NCAA rules where they can test the waters, which is great. I like the fact that
I like that too.
Wieskamp can test the waters and not lose his college availability. Then he doesn't ruin his college career, and he doesn't have to just go to the pros before he's ready.
No, I agree with you. I like the fact that you can test the waters and start talking to people. You're not losing any eligibility. And then finally, the one thing that we've also talked about is the idea of new leagues that are aiming to compete with the NCAA and the NBA and their one-and-done league, even though the NBA backs most of it, especially with their G League. We talked about overtime, the thing that's going to offer high schoolers six-figure salaries to skip college.
Yeah.
The investors include Jeff Bezos, Drake, 25 active and former NBA players. The interesting thing about that is I was
worried about that one at first until you really broke into the details of how they're going to continue the education for the
yes, you can
the young men and women, whoever, if it's a female league as well.
Yeah. And then there's the Professional Collegiate League, which plans to pay college athletes. They just have a TV deal that they got, and obviously you have.
Do you know who's against these leagues?
Who?
Colleges.
Well, yeah.
It's going to put them out of business.
Uh-huh.
Which is fine.
which is fine.
Well, here's the deal.
They have
Jay,
to. They have to.
Jay, I'm going to break it down for you. Do you realize that almost every major university in the United States is under some sort of tax exemption, whether because they're a state school or whatever else?
Okay.
So let's just say, for example, you're on campus and you're a student. Okay. You go to eat at a student cafeteria type thing. You pay for it, right?
Yep.
Guess who doesn't have to pay sales tax? That
It's
college
the
or
university. Huh.
So you go around, and there's certain places where you go around, and these colleges then start buying up property, which we've seen it here in our local quad cities.
Yes.
And let's just say, for example, they put up a student strip mall eating area that has all these different things under one roof. Well, one, they get a break because they're a university on the building and all this other stuff.
Right.
They
I'm
don't
with
pay
you.
taxes on that. They don't pay taxes on the sales. Whereas then all these businesses that had cropped up around university areas that have to pay sales tax, had to pay all these other things to put their business in, they're paying all these taxes. And then universities can go and then do a remodel. Hey, we want to put in a brick oven this time. We're going to make brick oven pizza this week. I saw this entire thing on this. It is bad. It is terrible what happens. And it's not so prevalent here in the Midwest yet to that extent, but on the East Coast it's pretty bad.
Oh.
And they take advantage of it. And guess what? And then you start looking into what's the term that universities have, their endowment?
Mm-hmm.
They're in the millions, billions. Like multiple $1 million. We're talking like 30 millions that they have just sitting in their coffers. And they're not paying taxes. But we're going to turn around and, as let's just say our politicians say, oh man, these companies aren't paying their fair share. They're not paying, oh, look at this guy over here. Look at this. They're not paying their fair share. I'm like, dude, the biggest business in America is college.
Yeah.
And they're
not paying.
Squat.
They're not paying a dime. Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, think about it. How many kids go to University of Iowa?
I can't tell you off the top of my head, but a lot.
It's probably 20,000 students.
Got to be more than that, right?
But I'm just saying,
yeah.
I'm just throwing a number out there.
Yep.
20,000 students, and it's roughly what now? 12 grand a year to go to college there? 10?
I'm trying not to worry about it for another 7 years.
Okay. Well, let's just say it's 10.
Yep.
All right. Well, there's just $200 million you made right there.
Yes.
If I did that math right.
Yeah.
So
you did
if I did it right,
Mhm.
yeah. That's just $200 million in 1 year they just made right there off of
Mm-hmm.
tuitions. Whatever.
Well, there's going to be more changes coming in the next 6 months of the NCAA than they've done in the last 50 years. So be prepared for this wild ride. Let's take a look at the experts. The CBSSports.com, they pooled everyone together. They're trying to do one final one. And so they compiled 13 mock draft scenarios from CBS, ESPN, and NFL media. So there were some general takeaways from below. So what they did was they just kind of took all of them together, kind of combined them, see which ones kind of like meshed, if you will. So just things up the top of it is the takeaways that they write here is CBSSports.com, written by Josh Edwards. You can go to the website as well. The Falcons and Lions are viewed as the most likely trade-up destinations for teams in the quarterback market. There were 4 projections with the Falcons trading out of the 4 spot and 3 with Detroit trading out of the 7. Opinions on the edge rusher class vary significantly, and that led to those votes being split and potentially caused a few to fall further down than most projected. All right, so we know Trevor Lawrence is going 1, we assume, okay? I mean, we feel confident. We feel confident Zach Wilson going at number 2.
That's what they have on the CBS?
Yes.
So, all right.
Then the number 3 comes up.
Who do they got? Let me guess. Mac Jones.
They have Mac Jones. Their thing says the decision between Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones was actually more evenly split than maybe most would expect. Fields and Lance combined to have as many votes as Jones, who was the heavy favorite. I don't like that there at 3. I don't see that anymore. I'm going much further with the idea that the 49ers have never shown their cards before, and they wouldn't do it now. The only thing
I think it's Lance. Because the other two have been the most predominantly talked about. Who do they have the Falcons taking then?
They have the Falcons taking Trey Lance at 4. So the Atlanta was one of the teams most commonly projected to trade down, but the majority of the projections favored Trey Lance. A lot of things about Trey Lance: 6'4", 226, 3-star recruit coming out of high school out of the state of Minnesota. Power 5 schools did offer him a scholarship, but most of them offered him scholarship based on that he would be a cornerback or a wide receiver. North Dakota State said, heck no, come be a quarterback for us. He redshirted the 2018 season. He led the Bisons to a perfect 16-0 record, won the national championship, and was named the best freshman and most outstanding offensive player in the FCS. 2019, he threw 28 touchdowns and rushed for 14 touchdowns, and he set the NCAA record for most pass attempts in a single season without a pick, 287 to be exact.
Good God.
Because the FCS moved its season to spring this year, he played just one fall exhibition game in 2020. The biggest thing against him, I guess, would be his lack of experience. He just attempted 318 passes at the college level.
287 of them came without an interception.
Yeah, he went, yep. That's really good. You can do the quick math there. So that's Trey Lance. They have him at 4. At 5, they had the Bengals taking Penei Sewell.
Well, that matches what well, no, okay.
Not the 4. If you could trade out, unless Trey Lance is your guy, I just don't like where a lot of this went. All right, so at 6, they have the Dolphins taking Jamar Chase.
Okay.
At 7, the Patriots trade up with the Lions.
Okay.
They have the Patriots taking Justin Fields.
Okay.
At 8 is finally Kyle Pitts. I just can't see him.
Carolina, huh?
What was he over under? 4.5? That's where his draft was for the prop bets. 8. Kyle Pitts going to 8. Ugh.
Man, Carolina's got some talent all of a sudden if that's the case. All right.
9, they have the Broncos taking Micah Parsons. 10, the Cowboys taking Patrick Surtain.
Everybody, if Surtain does not go to the Cowboys, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. The world might not stop spinning.
At 11, Jalen Waddle to the Giants.
Okay, I've seen a bunch of mocks with that.
At 12.
Here's my thought on the Giants taking a receiver at this spot. They just signed Kenny Galladay to a big contract.
But Galladay is
I know.
Waddle can be a 1. Galladay is a 2 really right now.
It just throws me a loop. I just don't know. I mean, Dallas took CeeDee Lamb and they fell to him there. I don't know.
Hey, Danny Dimes needs weapons, buddy.
He does.
You don't take a talent like Daniel Jones. Hey, the Giants aren't going to Green Bay Packer this draft.
My thought is their two biggest needs are defensive end and cornerback, which haven't been addressed at any of their offseason things yet.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver was addressed. I just feel here they're taking someone like a J.C. Horn, a Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye had a great pro day. I just follow me here.
Yeah, following you.
Okay. Well, at 12, the Eagles take
Devontae Smith. Anyway, going back to the Giants. The Giants learn from the Packers' mistake. And when you have a talent like Daniel Jones, you don't draft another quarterback like the Packers did, taking Jordan Love.
Giants learned, huh?
The Giants learned from that. You got to put talent around talent.
Because
iron sharpens iron, buddy.
Is that what it is? Is that what the Giants are known for? Sharpening iron.
Yep. They're not gonna packer this up. They're not going to listen to those 300,000 fans that said,
about packering it up, you can packer it up when you got Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to packer up when you have the dude when you discount double check.
Yeah.
And then some guy that they made up a Danny Dimes when he doesn't really drop dimes. I'm just saying.
Agree to disagree.
Why do you love Danny Dimes?
I like it. It gets people all riled up.
I guess.
Anyway, all right.
The charges.
No, pick 12.
You said, oh, I'm sorry, the Eagles. You
yeah,
said
Devontae Smith. Sorry, yep. Chargers then at 13 take Rashawn Slater.
Yep. That is.
The Vikings. So this was actually, this is what Merrick took too. This is Jalen Phillips.
Okay.
That's who they took.
I think, like, everybody has them taking an edge here. And I think, here's the deal. The only way they don't take an edge rusher there is if Rashawn Slater is available.
Gotcha. 15. Lions take J.C. Horn, cornerback, followed by...
Follow me here. That is 2 years in a row that the Lions will have taken a cornerback. Last year, Jeffrey Okudah.
Yep. But and it goes on to say there he has not panned out so far.
No, he has not.
Caleb Farley at 16.
Farley.
Farley.
That's who I have in my mock. Is Farley.
17. The Raiders take Jeremiah Owusu Koramoah, linebacker out of Notre Dame. 18. The Dolphins take Kwity Paye.
Okay. It's not a bad pick.
The football team from Washington takes offensive lineman Elijah Vera Tucker. The Bears take Tevin Jenkins.
Okay. Offensive tackle out of Oklahoma State.
What do you think it would take to get Gardner Minshew from Jacksonville? What do you think what would you offer? A third rounder?
Third rounder. You want the Bears to get
I want the Bears to get. It'd be like the Punky QB 2.0.
Why are you in love with him?
Because
he's better than what they got. That's true.
His numbers are pretty good if you look at him from last year or the last 2 years. He was injured last year.
I don't know.
No, I do. I'm telling you, I think a third rounder. If I'm Pace, I'm calling. Jacksonville doesn't need him. They're gonna
Sunshine?
have they got Sunshine, and they got Beathard too.
Beathard?
Yeah, he went down there.
Oh, I didn't know Beathard went there.
Yeah.
Right.
So see, send Gardner up to the Windy City.
Maybe he is trade bait. It's not. 21.
Monsters of the Minshew is what we'll call it from here on out.
Lord.
Not the Midway. Monsters. All right. Tevin Jenkins went at 20. 21, Christian Darrisaw to the Colts. Offensive lineman.
Yeah, okay.
22, the Titans take Greg Newsome II.
Okay.
Cornerback out of Northwestern. And then at 23, the Jets take Azeez Ojulari. And at 24, the Steelers take
Najee Harris.
Yep. Absolutely.
He falls there. I really think the Dolphins take Najee Harris.
I think he falls there.
You do?
Yeah. It's just something dumb that goes on, like the consensus across the NFL is you don't take a running back high anymore. There's a dumb thing, and that's overthinking it, and it's not really always true.
This kid's a different talent, man. I'm sorry.
And then it's a different talent, and then we're going to turn. Here's what's going to happen: the GMs, and I know fantasy and NFL football are two different things, but the GMs are going to they fall under this thing of don't take a running back high, and then you have someone like last year, you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire who
went 32nd overall pick,
and it was like top 3 pick in fantasy. Yeah. Anyway, all right. 25, Trevin Moehrig.
Who does that to?
Jacksonville. Safety out of TCU. The Browns took Jamin Davis. Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
He's
jamming on the one. Jamming on the one. The Ravens take Terrace Marshall Jr.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints take Asante Samuel Jr. At 29, the Packers take Zaven Collins out of Tulsa, linebacker. The Bills take Tyson Campbell at cornerback.
See, that, to me, very high for Tyson Campbell on that mock. I haven't seen very many mocks with him going in the first round, but okay.
31, the Chiefs take Jason Owe. And at 32, Tampa Bay Buccaneers take Travis Etienne. Now, we can go a little bit further later on in between. We do need to take a break. We're waiting on him.
The old state farmer himself.
Yep.
Okay, everyone. We've been urging you to stay off social media, asking for suggestions on where you get to oil change, tattoo, or grab some lunch. All you need is a Locals Levis guide. My boy Chopper writes them out in crayon himself. They have an easy-to-navigate table of contents to help you find what you're looking for. Or go to localslevis.com. You click on Quad Cities and browse your favorites. It's easy to use, and they're even ranking the most popular places for you. Eat that right, Chops. That's Locals Levis. They're your guide to the best.
Been earning and burning, snapping necks and cashing.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
So you say you're in the market for a truck or sedan. Maybe your family needs a minivan. Perhaps you just want a little coupe. Well, you can find them all at Weber Auto Group. WeberAutoGroup.com.
Visit Weber Auto Group's brand new showroom in Silvis. They have vehicles based on what you want or need this spring savings season. With over 260 vehicles in stock, ride off in the car of your dreams.
WeberAutoGroup.com.
Hear every game of Chicago White Sox baseball on ESPN 1170 AM.
Back toward the wall. It's gone.
Len Casper and Darren Jackson are on the call. Chicago White Sox baseball on ESPN 1170 is presented by Wheelan Presley Funeral Home and Crematory, Circle Tap, Crawford Company, and Vegas Gaming Cafe. Check ESPN1170am.com for the full White Sox schedule.
We need the forklift over here.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Okay, those molds need to be adjusted. The shippers are coming at noon, so we gotta get this done.
Like at Dennis's plastic startup. To stay flexible, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Today, I'm gonna surprise my girlfriend of 5 years with something great for her birthday. A scented candle. I'm talking a good scent, like lavender. Not something lame like pine. I've been building this gift up too, telling her it was going to be something special. She made a joke about me knowing her ring size, and I played it off like she was on the right track. I even mentioned that her parents were fully on board with the one I picked out. She's going to be so surprised to get this candle.
Maybe clueless boyfriends just need a Snickers. Snickers satisfies.
Hey, Quad Cities, who's ready to spring into action and get a good deal on the used car? Arrowhead Ranch in Coal Valley is excited to announce their auto auction will be held on Arrowhead's campus May 15th. Get yourself a car, truck, or SUV and do a good deed at the same time. The auction helps youth at risk right in the QCA with the aim of providing scholarships for students in need. Call 309-799-7044 or go to arrowheadyouth.org for registration details. Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction, May 15th.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The player with the highest number of Super Bowl titles in history isn't happy with the change to the NFL's jersey number policy. Tom Brady believes the new rule that now allows both linebackers and DBs to wear any number between 1 and 49 will cause confusion for offenses. Writing on Instagram, quote, "Good luck trying to block the right people down." Speaking of numbers, the Broncos picked 9th in round 1, and they won't rule out drafting a QB. Broncos GM George Patton says he's a big fan of current starter Drew Lock, before adding, quote, "We're still going to look at the quarterback position. We want to bring in competition." Elsewhere, Browns Pro Bowler Myles Garrett is a big fan of Cleveland's free agent additions of safety John Johnson and pass rusher Jadeveon Clowney. Saying of the Browns' new look defense Thursday, quote, I think will be very scary. In other news, former Raider D tackle Maurice Hurst is signing with the Niners, while Seattle re-signed quarterback Geno Smith. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
Printing you new signs for the times.
Get back to business with custom printed signs and sales materials. Staples has hundreds of designs to choose from, or just upload your own.
And now at Staples, get 15% off signs, posters, or decals when you spend $75 or more.
Some items printed same day when ordered before 2 p.m.
Save big on custom printing at Staples.
Ends 5/29/21. Exclusions apply. Limit one offer per customer. See store associate or visit staples.com/signage for details.
The 2021 NFL Draft is coming to Cleveland, and you can be a part of the action at the NFL Draft Experience.
Cleveland, you guys ready to get started?
Taking place outside First Energy Stadium April 29th through May 1st, the 2021 NFL Draft Experience is a free football celebration and open to families and fans of all ages.
We're the first pick.
Spaces are limited, and you must sign up for tickets in advance. Download NFL One Pass today to reserve your free ticket. Tickets will sell out. Watch the draft live on NFL Network, ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Deportes.
Hey, this is Len Casper. Get every White Sox game right here with Darren Jackson and me, the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
All right, everybody, we're live here in studio, and joining us, man, it's been a long time. Jake from Elite Sports, not State Farm. He's here, man. It has been a year since we've had you.
It's been a while. I think maybe June was the
Maybe,
last time I was
yeah.
here. Maybe
Yeah.
a guest appearance a couple times, and then mainly over the phone. But it's good to be
Yeah,
back.
once we hit that wave in November, December, we just kind of took a step back for a while.
Yeah.
So, and been mainly on the phone, whatnot. But it's good to have you in studio, my friend.
It's good to be here.
Yep. And not only are you in studio, live in person, UFC this weekend is allowing fans in for the first time. So that's going to be a big deal. And we've got something going on at Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino this weekend too, don't we?
Yes, we do. So, well, actually, it's kind of good. We've been working with our promoter, kind of assigning things are getting back to normal.
Mhm.
We're able to lock in the next 3 UFC fights with them and pricing on that. So we can confirm not only we're having UFC this weekend in the Rhythm Room, we'll have UFC 262 and 263 in May and June in there as well. So if you're looking for a place to watch the fights, as the weather's getting nicer and everything's kind of getting back to normal a little bit, come check it out at Rhythm City. Free cover is always. Make sure to get there early. First come, first serve seating. 21 plus. Everything that we've been doing the past few months. So
When it's in the Rhythm Room, it's 21 plus. That's right.
Yep.
How's being a new dad treating you?
That's good. It's good. It's a learning experience for sure. I think you guys may have given me the best advice so far. A lot of people like to tell you their opinions on what works and what doesn't, and then
That's
you
right.
talk to the doctors and they're like, no, there's no science behind that at all. So,
none at all.
Yeah.
Did you been peed on yet or anything like that?
Oh yeah,
Anything
I
fun?
got double peed on the other
Yeah.
day.
There you go.
Yeah, like right
Yeah.
when I opened the diaper, boom, and then I covered it, and then right when I was putting the diaper back on, boom, it got me again.
Yeah.
So
They have fun with that
Yeah.
stuff.
At the time I got peed on is they decided to take the diaper off for a photo op. And
what kind of photo op was it?
Yeah, baby laying on a blanket,
Oh,
little
okay,
naked
yeah.
butt type thing, stupid. And then of course I had to do the moving around, hold the baby up, and then baby peed on me.
No, nice.
I'm like, yeah, mom, you're in big trouble now. I blame that one on mom.
But there's the UFC that's going on tonight. It's live from Jacksonville, Florida. It will be on television at the Rhythm Room out there in Rhythm City. 15,000 fans are expected to be on hands. There's 3 title fights going on, including Kamaru Usman making his 4th title defense and his second against Jorge Masvidal. Usman defeated Masvidal back in July, but Masvidal took the fight, I think, on just a few days' notice. 6 days' notice from what I'm reading. So that's going to be a big fight. There's Rose and Zanger going back and forth. There's also women's flyweight championship going on as well. And then you guys have a promotion too at Elite Sportsbook, and the listeners out there, you can go to elitesportsbook.com. Go download the app too. I recommend doing that. But you guys have a parlay insurance.
Yep.
On the UFC parlay. So if you place a 3 or more leg UFC parlay, you can get your full bet back up to $25 if your parlay loses.
Yeah, so throw in some money. If you don't bet UFC a lot, this is a good way to kind of test out parlays, especially with UFC. It's a little bit more limited on what you can choose from than some other sports. But yeah, it's pretty much like a free parlay. You can throw $25 down, 3+ legs. If you lose, we'll give you a free bet back worth $25. So check it out. Go to the website. Terms and conditions are on there. I always urge people to make sure to read those before they place their wager to make sure they fully understand.
You're fine. You don't work in customer service. You don't have to deal with the backlash.
in a roundabout way, coming back.
I know it does. Yeah.
Somebody yells at him eventually somewhere.
It'll be, Jake, why didn't you say on the radio to read the terms and conditions?
He's not lying, because there's been times on like a Saturday I've texted him, I'm like, listen, I'm getting my buddy saying this, and he's like, I'll look into it. Just leave me alone.
I got a kid here. I just got beat on, Jake. Would you back off, Jack?
Yeah.
What are you seeing heavy bets coming on the draft? Any draft bets?
No draft bets in Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're still considered college athletes, right?
It's just in the regulations with RGC.
Okay.
You know, our house rules are pretty strict. There's some ways. I think maybe some other competitors are making up some wagers to kind of get around it, possibly. But we take things pretty strict with the regulators, owning our own sports book locally and our own casinos. So we have a pretty good relationship with them. We don't like to toe the line at all.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, I understand that. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if they were still considered, and it is a gray area. So yeah, I see where you're at.
Yeah, I think actually, and I'm not in tune with the regulations exactly, but I think it outlines specifically that no draft bets are allowed. But I'd have to double check on that to be 100% confident. But yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's still relatively new and how to figure things out, what we're doing here in the state of Iowa. And wording's different from state to state.
Exactly.
That's the thing. It's not a uniform bill where someone does say, like, well, it's up on this website. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can find it, but it is different from each one. And, I mean, you can be out in Vegas and gamble on almost anything. So
exactly.
It's just different. Yeah.
You know, we have the sportsbook in Colorado, so it is legal to bet on out there. Just the way our structure is set up, you will see a menu item that says, draft wagers, but there will be nothing available in Iowa to bet on. But yeah, it's interesting from state to state how different the jurisdictions regulations can be. But yeah, maybe someday.
Yeah, I'm just looking through the site, and I always encourage everyone to go through and look at the site at elitesportsbook.com to kind of go through some things and try to get your idea how it works. And also, on the site, it has a link to download the app for Android and for your Apple phone as well. I was looking at just the UFC parlay, which the promotion is called UFC Parlay Insurance. And even if you just took the 3 favorites, you bet $25, you win like close to $32 on the parlay. That's a free $32, or you get your money back.
Yeah.
So it's really it's a no-brainer just to throw it out there. Just put $25 down, and either you can get, if they all hit, you get free $32, and if they don't, then you get your money back. So, and you can put it on something else that I probably wrongfully will give you advice on, but let's not get all over that or not. We're getting up on, there is pro football futures though. We talk about that all the time. What to win the championship, the NFC, the AFC championship, and again, go to the site to find all this stuff out. The other thing that's really interesting is a lot of times people remember that the game's coming up, or they get a notification on their watch or their phone, and they don't have time to get a bet in. Well, there's live in-game betting as well. Exactly. And a lot of times it works out in your favor if you want to wait for that, especially in basketball. I always kind of liked it the other way, in case the favorite team that you wanted to go with kind of has a slow start, and then you're like, all right, I see this. So
I like the over-unders for basketball, too. That's really fun to play with.
Yeah,
and in our app, we've made it very easy to navigate for the live betting with the live betting calendar in the menu there. So definitely download that and check it out if you haven't yet. If you're a user, it's a no-brainer to download the app. The experience is just a lot better, like we've talked about
And again, there's so many futures that you can still do out there, like on the PGA Tour. Right now, they have stuff going on. The matchups for the Zurich Classic that's going on. We need to take a look at our DFS there later on too. But there's soccer out there. There's tennis. Is this for real? What is this? I'm trying to figure this out.
Marina Navratilova does not play anymore, Jay.
Okay. No. What, I can't figure out if PBR is professional bull riding.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That was one of those sports back in the pandemic when there wasn't a lot to bet.
Okay.
We
there's
started
nothing on right now, but I was like, do I need to start?
Menu,
Do I need to?
We don't offer KBO either anymore, unfortunately. So
Okay.
we're kind of back to the basics.
All right.
God, is there? I think we should put futures on if Jay's ever going to become a rodeo clown. He tried to do that once.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He wants to be. He wants to be the dude in the barrel.
That's not gonna. Yeah. That bucket list thing is not going away. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I do feel like a demolition derby's in my
I'll
future
be doing
as
a damn
well.
show by myself.
We'll sponsor you,
Great.
Jay.
No, I love
I'll commit
it.
to that right now.
I love it.
If
And
you
for the
make it to
college
big
football
leagues.
fans out there, you can also bet on the NCAA Future Championship. I see here you have Iowa State at better odds to win the national championship than Iowa. Good for you. I mean, if the risk management team just wants to throw away money, I understand that. So.
That'll change. Soon, I'm sure.
I'm sure
Bringing a lot of kids back.
What?
They're bringing a lot of kids back.
And we're getting close to the end of the NBA season, which means we'll be going into the postseason soon. And the odds up there to win the NBA championship, as long as the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference are both there. The Nets are the favorite in the East. Bucks, the 76ers, Heat. I don't see the Knicks down there. What's going on here? Yeah, the Knicks way down there, 125 to 1.
Well, it's because they're realistic.
Yeah, I know, but it's still kind of fun, right? I mean, the Bulls have better odds than they do. And then in the West, Lakers are still the favorite, then the Clippers, Jazz, and the Suns right now. They have a better record, right? So that's what you should do. If you think you have an idea of what's going on and what you want to put your money on, and like our friend AC, he loves futures bets. So, I'm more of an impulse gambler. Like, I want to bet now. I want to enjoy the game. But that's what the best thing about the site is you can find all this stuff, and including MMA if you want to bet on that. And there's also round props and all kinds of things that are coming up for the UFC 261 coming on soon here. I was out at Rhythm City last Saturday night. Good crowd out there.
Nice. Any luck?
No, but I didn't spend a lot of time there or whatever else. I was just more enjoying the crowd.
Yeah.
There was a 50th birthday party of women out there. They were having a good time.
Love to see that.
Yeah, it was a good crowd out there. Great bartenders were awesome. So it was. I always have fun out there, and but I am going to take advantage of this free parlay.
Good. Yeah, check it out. And it's also there for people who don't usually bet on UFC. Come out, watch the fight, download the app when you're at Rhythm City. Throw some money down on a parlay, see what happens, and then also reward some of our loyal UFC bettors. Kind of a free parlay for you.
Yeah. Let's see. We have game lines tonight for Major League Baseball. Also, you can do the first 5 innings, which is a lot of fun. And there's also game props that you have for the Brewers and Cubs. These are all things you should do if you're into this and you want to navigate the site. Take a look at it. You can gamble on things like first team to score. They have lines on that. You guys really do a good job of getting that stuff together. How hard is it when you do in-game lines? How do they do it so fast?
We have a full risk team. Actually located in Vegas. Jay Rude is the chief risk officer. I think he talked to you guys before. He's in the. I didn't know there was this a Sportsbook Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's a pretty well-known guy.
Like
but they have
that.
a full team out there constantly watching the odds. So they'll get basic odds from a third-party odds feed vendor, and then they go through them all and watch them live. Every game live. Each risk team person is given a certain amount of games each night, and it's
okay.
The rest is history. So looking forward. I'll be visiting now that the virus is a little bit under control. I'll be going out to Vegas sometime soon to kind of see that live. So I'll have more information for you.
Well, I'm going to. I'm telling you right now that I'm going to. I'm going to thank you when I make it into my Sportsbook Hall of Fame for making me an app developer.
Yeah.
I'm saying start out with Jake.
Yeah.
Start with Jake from Elite Sportsbook, and now look where I am now. I stand before you today, and I have my ring, and I go. I stand before you today, a member of the Sportsbook Hall of Fame, and I owe it all to Elite Sportsbook and Jake from Elite Sportsbook as well. How are things going out at Riverside? We never really even mentioned them very much.
Yeah, Riverside's good. We get the UFC fights down there too, and we get a good crowd. Being a little bit farther out of town, it's got a little bit of a different vibe down there than here in the Quad Cities. But a lot of our online betting comes through Riverside, so we see a lot of action there.
Kids.
Yeah, and they have a draft day. Yeah, they got a draft day there too. But just with the college so close, it's a whole different game.
Of course.
But yeah, it's a good atmosphere. A little bit smaller, more sportsbook feel with chairs and like a full wall. Whereas draft day here is a little bit more open with that 360 viewing TV. So same basic restaurant, different menus, different product, but same good sportsbook feel.
Cool. Again, I love the site. I always have, and I'm a fan of the app now, so I'm glad that you brought that to us. And you said 261's coming up, but you're already locked in for 262, 263 as well, right?
Yep, and we're working on the Mayweather Logan Paul fight. There's been a lot of talk online, but according to our promoters, nothing's been solidified 100% yet. So once that is and the pricing's out, we'll be looking into that. So.
All right. Do we have any acts coming up soon to Rhythm City that we know of?
Off the top of my head, I can't tell you 100%, just because I haven't been out there too much. But we are continuing on with our event center and Shell Lounge acts in the Rhythm Room. So go to the website.
Yeah,
and
I'm
check
pretty
out
sure
what's
last weekend in
coming
June, Boys to Men's going to be here.
Yeah, yep. There were some good acts. It's been kind of hard to follow just because they've been changing and canceling or postponing things.
Yeah.
But yeah, the website's all up to date. So.
Who do I need to get a hold of at Rhythm City to try to get one of the Boys to Men to at least be a call-in guest?
That's a good question.
We need to follow up on it.
Yeah,
because I
maybe
know
offline
I say it like this. I think it's the last week in June. I'm pretty positive because I was
sure
like,
do know a lot about the Boys to Men.
because I was like, I'm bringing Boys to Men in the studio, and then I was like, oh, it's a Saturday.
So
There's no way.
What would I do to sell them on coming to the studio? Is it a local favorite?
Yeah, I say it like. They might be. I feel like I saw something on the highway when I know for a fact when it is.
Well, let me see the ticket sales. Maybe they could do a radio push on that.
There you go.
Well, they got to come in this studio.
No, that's the thing. I don't think Boys to Men is traveling 2 days in advance to promote it.
What do you mean?
The way the comedian Craig did. I just don't think so. So I think it's going to be tough.
Well, I just don't want those guys piggybacking on us down the hall again. They
they
don't know nothing about Boys to Men other than they both look like boys that used to be men.
Listen to me. One of the Boys to Men is calling.
I mean, look at him with that long hair.
Who would you prefer out of the Boys to Men? Because there's only 3 left.
I don't even know who they are. Who's in it? Who was in Boys to Men?
One song
No,
every
I'm not
day.
singing it.
Boys to Men, ABC, BBD.
Okay, that's completely different.
Family.
Yeah, that's Boys to Men.
I can
ABC
tell
was
you, I want Belle Biv DeVoe.
Okay. The East Coast Family is founded by Michael Bivens, who is part of Belle Biv DeVoe, who was originally part of New Edition. Right?
Yeah, I know that.
ABC is Another Bad Creation, which was a group of like 8, 9, 10-year-olds.
Don't try to compare me to the Bad Little Fat on the Mac and the back. Give me something that you not had. That's crisscross.
That's crisscross. Not ABC. I don't know why you're doing this.
I don't know.
And then Boys to Men is the only one I know is like Kanye, and that's
it's hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Yeah, we're one of those guys.
There was 4 Boys to Men.
There was 4. Now it's 3. I don't know if someone passed.
Did he pass or did they quit?
Speaking of Shock G.
I know, dude. I text Serge right away. He said peace and humptiness forever.
Yep.
That's terrible, man.
See. No.
Only 57, dude. Scares me, Jay. That's 7 years from now.
He's 57, huh?
He was.
Let's see.
You set me up with that question, didn't you? You knew what acts were coming. Yeah.
I knew that. I knew he was. I knew Boys to Men was coming. Yeah.
I mean,
anytime you can.
I don't really. I don't know.
Right.
They had some dope clothes, though.
I know.
Boys to Men did.
I know. The Motown Philly, they came out.
I've been trying to buy sweater vests, and Amy keeps getting mad at me because they keep coming in the mail and they're too tight. Like, I gotta find a fat guy sweater vest.
I'm shocked that I was never walking around with like a sweater vest, jeans, like Timberland boots, and trying to dance like that, and a tie swinging around.
It's not too late.
It's not. I've got 2
Come
months.
You know what?
Yeah.
You gotta have an oversized sweater vest, and I, Jay, just might have 2 oversized sweater vests you can have.
Yes.
They're Ralph Lauren too. You look sharp.
All right, we have to take our second break. Jake, tell everybody again about Elite Sportsbook, where they can follow you guys, and about UFC.
Yep, Instagram, Twitter. Facebook at Elite Sportsbook. Go on there. If there's a prop bet or a wager that you would like to see, we love to hear feedback. So shoot us a message or a post and share it with us. As long as it's legal in the state, we'll keep it in mind. So something to benefit from with the local sportsbook. And then otherwise, download the app in the App Store, website, elitesportsbook.com. So good luck this weekend on the fights.
Yeah.
Anyone wagering out there, and hopefully we'll see you at Rhythm City.
Jake, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you,
It's
my
great
man.
to be here. Thanks for
It's
taking
so
the time,
great
buddy.
that you're back into town and we get to see your face, and that mustache is on point.
It is, man. The wife's got to be loving that.
We'll be right back. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
This is Matt Koss of the Quad City Times, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
PointsBet understands that in sports, it pays to be fast. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Whether you're a bettor or a baller, a sharp or a sharpshooter, if you're making money or just laying money, sports is speed. Luckily, your sports book can keep up. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. Plus, right now, PointsBet is giving customers the best odds on all pro sports. That's better odds and bigger payouts on our lightning fast app because PointsBet knows every second matters. Time is money, and it pays to be fast. PointsBet has the best odds on all pro sports, so download the app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Find mom the perfect gift at Macy's Friends and Family with our biggest savings on her favorite designers just in time for Mother's Day. Use your coupon or Macy's card and get an extra 30% off brands that rarely go on sale. And get 15% off fragrances, makeup, and skincare she'll love. Now at Macy's. Plus, Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. More at Macys.com/Star Rewards. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Fun, saving money. Not fun, utility bills. Fun, generating your own clean, renewable energy. Not fun, flushing dollar bills down the toilet. Fun, calling Square One Solar for a no-pressure, free in-home estimate and getting a free solar phone charger. Not fun, paying your electric bill for the rest of your life. Let Square One Solar show you the benefits of solar. Over a decade of solar experience. Financing available, and for a limited time, buy one solar panel, get one free. Get your free solar analysis today. Square One Solar. Make the solar switch.
We need the forklift over here.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Okay, those molds need to be adjusted. The shippers are coming at noon, so we gotta get this done.
Like at Dennis's plastic startup. To stay flexible, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Get your sports fix while you work. Download our free mobile app and never miss a moment. From the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Hey, little Sammy Haggard bringing your day here on the Hassel Castle. Brought to you by my buddy Jaybird.
Yeah.
And the turnaround hat.
He does like to wear the turnaround hat.
Certainly does.
Yeah, did you
Well, it's
see?
great having Jake in, man.
Who was it? It wasn't like the official Iowa Hawkeye, because we're bringing in Kakert now soon here in a few minutes from my Hawkeye report. But gosh, I can't even.
Did you see that somebody posted a picture of a former NFL player? He was like some sort of punter or kicker, and someone said it looks like Kakert, a young Tom Kakert. It was hilarious.
No, I didn't see that.
They tagged Randazzo and Kakert, or they tagged Hawkeye Report in it. But oh god, it was so great. He probably saw it. I guarantee he did. He'll remember.
To try, if I go back to, I know I just can't remember. You know, me with all my burner accounts.
Why do you got so many burners?
I don't have burner accounts.
You trying to hide something today?
I have one for here, whatever else.
I'm not working out with you in the office again.
There it is. All right, so who did this? All right, so Barstool Hawkeyes, not Iowa Hawkeyes affiliated. They put the most electrifying player in Hawkeye history, and then they added it's a video.
What sport?
Of football.
Okay.
And it's a bunch of highlight videos of Amir Smith-Marset, and it just blew up where people were like, Tim Dwight? I'm like, what did you? I realized
Tavian Banks.
Tavian got plenty of mentions, but the thing was like, I realized you're a kid running a Barstool Hawkeye account, and you're just 20-some years old. But
who was the running back with Chuck Long? That was
Harmon.
Ronnie Harmon. Yeah. He had some. Our boy Quinn Early, Q.
Yep.
Trying to think. I mean, there was quite a few Hawkeyes.
Akram Wadley has been mentioned in here. Most of them are like, hey, buddy, if we're talking about returns, because most of the stuff was returns.
Marvin McNutt had some good stuff.
But most of them are like punt returns or kickoff returns.
Who was the guy that had the punt return against USC to start that game off in...
CJ Banks? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Was it Banks? I thought that was the quarterback.
That was Brad Banks, but I think his last name was also.
Okay.
But I think so. God, that's the thing. That was 2002. That's so long ago. Dude. 2002 season.
I know.
And it just flies. Can you imagine if you would have said...
We were literally in the same room watching that.
Yeah.
You realize that?
And we didn't know
even
other.
know each other.
Yeah, Tavian Banks, honestly, is... Sorry. He's...
Well, I mean, you got a little... You're a little biased on that, but that's fine. Come on, you got to admit that if you're going to say your love of a Hawkeye, Tavian's going to be up there because you have personal. I mean, you went to school with the kid.
He's still anyway.
I'm not saying he's not great, but you are a touch biased.
All right, yeah, but I like I said, and actually, you know what? I'm fine with. I'm good with that. I'm good with.
I hope you are.
No, I know. I'm good with like that. The Twitter in the good way. It's like, no, what about this guy? What about that? Instead of just like, there wasn't a lot of, you're an idiot for posting this. It was just like, hey, let's not. And they're bringing it, and it's good to get that nostalgic to think about the fun things of that.
Smith-Marset has a chance to really be a kind of a sleeper guy in the pros.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were kind of. When I saw the post, they were more suggesting that he's going to be a really good return man in the pros, and then if he can work on his receiving game, because let's just be honest, you go to Iowa as a receiver, it's not like here.
Yeah, not usually. All right, I have a question, a trivia question for you, and should I wait for Kakert?
Yeah.
All right,
he's lollygagging out there and doing
if
whatever.
Something that we had every single year that maybe you didn't look forward to, but you paid a little bit of attention to.
Okay.
Every year you paid attention to it. You know a history of this certain event.
Okay.
If COVID has killed one thing, I think this is it. And it is the Oscars.
When is it?
Sunday. That's the problem.
It's normally the end of February.
No, it moves around. It's been March before. It's April. It's all over the place.
Well, here's the deal. It had been at the end of February almost every year. This is how I know, because we lost Amy's mom the week after in the beginning of March, but she had watched Hazel, because we always used to do an Oscars party at Harrington's.
Yes, I remember that.
So,
but it was in March, and then years before that, it was in March.
It seemed like it was always, but maybe in the 90s, but I'm talking prior to this.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Now it's all the way back to maybe they pushed it back because they thought they could have people in tents, which I don't know if it's in California. I doubt it. But I mean, they probably can.
I'm not going to watch. I can tell you that.
I'm not going to either, because there's no way. I couldn't even tell you the teams.
The last one I watched was Ricky Gervais, and I thought his opening monologue was great. He basically said, "Come up here, get your award thank your God and basically piss off.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
don't
I mean, that's
care
what he said.
about your BS politics or anything else. Just get your award and go. And that was such a nice breath of fresh air, and he was good. That's a great one. I don't even know who's hosting it this year. I know it's those two ding dongs that aren't funny.
Oh, stop it! I think that's. I think no. I think that was the Emmys. I think that was the Emmys.
Oh, whatever.
All
Who's
right.
hosting it?
I don't know a single thing about it. All right, listen to me.
It's not important anymore.
So, the Oscars are on the Sunday. Over the past 50 years, 3 sports movies have won Best Picture.
3.
Over the past 50 years, 3 sports movies have won Best Picture. Can you name them? I think I can name 2 out of the 3 right now, and I might need help on another one. And I can give you the years when you want to. I have not seen the answer to this. So in the past 50 years, 3 sports movies have won Best Picture. Can we name them? And would you like the years?
Hold on. I think I had. You were talking and they interrupted my thought. Give me the years. Give me the years real quick.
1976.
Okay, I got that one already. That was my first one.
1981.
Okay.
2004. And no, I would not have guessed any of these without the hints. My first guess was wrong.
04.
Oh, for sure.
04. Oh, my. That one's going to be tough for me because I'm drawing a blank right now. Can you give me the sport?
All right, I'm going to look now. Wait, can we wait for what, 04?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what 76 is?
Rocky.
What is wrong with me?
You. Yeah, I'm right now. The fact you didn't know 76, I'm really disappointed because it's right there. It was Rocky won Best Picture.
I know it did.
I can't believe you didn't get it.
I'm so stuck on Bad News Bears. 76. That was 76 too. I was like, that's why I was like, it's not that.
I think I got 81.
Listen to me.
I think I got 81.
Hold on a second. I need to stop drinking. I need to work out 2 times a day.
Maybe you need to work your brain out.
Yeah,
Jay.
do that.
You need to become Ben Stiller from Dodgeball.
81 is easily Chariots of Fire.
Oh, okay. See, I had the natural down, but
the natural's not 81, and it didn't.
And that's right. And I had it question marked because I didn't know what year. Yeah, I remember Chariots of Fire. Now, 04. Give me the sport.
I think I got it. I'm going to give you. When I'm having.
What sport are you thinking?
I'm thinking boxing.
Oh, all right. I know what it is. Yes, it is that. It is. That is. Yep. All right. So. Yep, you're
76.
Right. 76 is Rocky. Mm-hmm. 81 is Chariots of Fire. You're absolutely right. Dun 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 dun. Mm-hmm. And 04 is Cinderella Man.
No.
It was.
No, what did not win Best Picture. Did
$1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby. He won for Best Actor. I believe she won for Best Actress. Did not win that.
It wasn't Cinderella Man.
It was $1 Million Baby.
You're positive?
I'm positive. I
you
got
the answers.
Yes, but that's the one I was going with. I think he won for. I don't even know if I think she won. Renee Zellweger won for Best Actress.
Nah, I thought he won. It was a damn good movie. Yeah, I forgot about $1 Million.
It was a good movie. Back in the day when you weren't supposed to show movies in class, I may or may not shown that movie.
What? Cinderella Man?
Yeah, to kind of highlight the Great Depression.
Well, it's a learning experience.
That's what I say. Now they just don't even want. I mean, they don't want you to show. I mean, I get it. They don't want you to show movies in the classroom, but yeah. Those are the ones. I know you wrote one down, and that's the original one. I thought that was best adaptive screenplay in 1980s.
What, Field of Dreams?
Yeah, 89. Yeah, that's the one I had.
I started writing down Rocky, Field of Dreams, but when you started giving me the years, I knew it wasn't Field of Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And then 81, I'm like, is it The Natural? And I couldn't remember what 81 was. And when you nailed me, Chariots of Fire. I never watched that movie because I was a kid and it looked really boring.
Didn't it? I'm not gonna lie. I know I've seen it in the background, but I couldn't tell you a thing about it outside of the song.
I just know that they're running.
Yeah.
And it's got like the dude from, what's his name? He was in that movie where they do the military thing, like C. Thomas Howell or something like that. Not C. Thomas Howell. What the hell's his name?
What?
The actor from the movie. I don't even know who's in the movie, to be honest with you.
I don't know what's in the movie.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. What am I want to pull this up, but do you? I mean,
isn't it like running in Nazi against the Nazis or something?
Don't know.
Me neither.
All right, it was good enough to win the Oscar, but I just don't know. To be honest with you,
I mean, 81. It should have been Star Wars. Didn't Empire Strikes Back come
Empire,
out in 81?
yeah, I believe so. 78, 81, 83, something like that.
I thought.
That feels about right. The Oscars are overrated.
Well, it's just a bunch of douchebag actors who think they know what it's like.
But that's every award
But
thing,
they're
right?
just they're like, ugh. Get up there and they, talk about, oh my God, they're so exhausting. Like they act like, well, they're actors. So, but they give this thing like making a movie and being an actor in a movie is such excruciatingly hard work. It's just, to me, it just belittles what the real people have to like do something for a living. Like the people that work in a nursing home that have to pick up old people and help move them around when they're 3 times the size of somebody. You're breaking your back. You can barely lift a tire. You're changing tires. You're a bartender dealing with idiot drunks. You're a server carrying trays of food. You're a cook. You're a dishwasher. Oh no, it's so hard for me to pretend to be Bob from Greenville, South Carolina. Whatever. Get out of here. Actors are just phony balonies.
Let me take you through this.
Idiots. Especially who's that dude with the herpes on his lip that got in a fight with KD? Yeah, that dude. He's a phony.
KD who?
KD, Kevin Durant.
Oh, Rappaport?
Yeah, he's a douche too.
All right.
You got me all fired up.
Last year's winner was Parasite. Did you watch it? Have you watched it?
Parasite?
Yeah.
No.
2019 was Green Book. Have you watched it?
That is a great movie, Jay. Green Book is a hell of a movie.
Okay.
Man, that is
2018
based on a true story, and I'll tell you what, that's some eye-opening stuff. That'll tell you what Jim Crow was like.
Okay.
Yes.
2018 The Shape of Water.
No, God no.
Me neither. 2017 Moonlight.
No.
2016 Spotlight.
No.
Saw it. 2015 Birdman. Saw it.
No.
2014 12 Years a Slave.
Yes, that was a very good movie.
Saw it. 2013 Argo.
F yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great movie. What about La La Land?
Remember it didn't win?
Oh,
remember,
it didn't?
They won it and they announced it and then they pulled it back.
That's right. I did
Yeah.
that because it was Green Book instead of La La Land.
That's right.
La La
No.
Land.
It
La La
was-
Land's a great movie.
I think it was Shape of Water instead of Green Book. I did that.
Whatever.
Yeah, or Moonlight, one of the two. Where did I
Moonlight.
leave it?
It was Moonlight.
Okay, Moonlight. 2012 The Artist.
No.
I haven't seen it. Cakert's in
It's
the
a
studio with
terrible
us.
movie.
2000, it won an Oscar. 2011 The King's Speech.
Not a great movie.
You know what I'd rather watch?
Movie about a guy who stuttered.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Jimmy from South Park. Hey guys.
I'd rather have a list of movies that should have won instead. 2010 The Hurt Locker.
Great movie.
Never saw it.
Great
Dude,
movie.
you need to see that movie.
It's intense.
Very intense.
You guys know how much bad stuff I watch. This is
Yeah,
not
and I can't
surprising to
believe you
anyone.
don't
Do you watch Temptation Island? Jay?
Oh, I have. Not
Okay.
not
That's a big
religiously.
Randazzo thing.
Not religiously. That's
He was bragging about watching Temptation Island.
You don't want to do that. That's like right up there with watching the show The
Below
Affair.
Deck?
The Affair, because Temptation Island though, and The Affair, because you're
The
sitting
Affair,
with
I watched The Affair.
You're
That was
sitting
good.
with you're sitting with
your wife watching.
Yeah, and then they go, well, "Would you?" And you're like, "We're just watching a show, but would you?" You're like, "Hey, easy."
Yeah. I'm sure Randazzo has watched The Notebook 3 dozen times.
Did I? All right. 2009 Slumdog Millionaire.
Great movie.
Great movie. Yeah.
Never saw it.
Oh my gosh, this is a great movie. Yeah.
2008 No Country for Old Men.
Oh my God,
I saw
great
it.
It's one of the better movies in the last 20 years.
I did like that.
Dude, Javier Bardem is just so creepy.
2007 The Departed.
Oh, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
2006 Crash.
That was good. It was okay. It tried to
which
do too
one's
much.
that? I think I
it tried
watched
to do
it.
too much.
Yeah.
It was
An ensemble cast that all based
I
on
don't know
an
if I've seen
accident
it.
and
Yeah.
temperatures rise and race issues come up. 2005 $1 Million Baby.
Yes. Makes you cry, dude.
It's a good movie. Clint Eastwood.
Never seen it.
You're crazy.
2004, The Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Yeah, of course I did.
Never seen
Nerd
it.
movie.
Yeah. 2003, Chicago.
No.
No. The musical was good.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah. 2002, A Beautiful Mind.
Yes.
It was okay.
Russell
Not great.
Wilson. Or not,
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Wilson.
I
Russell
knew
Crowe.
it was Russell Wilson in that. 2001, Gladiator.
Yes, great movie.
Yes.
Yeah. I liked it. Thought it was a Braveheart ripoff, kind of.
No, it's not.
A little bit. Loses his family. Has to. Yeah,
Just
I
calm
guess
down.
not. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Sorry.
Calm down with that talk.
2000, American Beauty. I'll wrap this up here soon.
Yeah, that's perverted, but yeah.
Yeah.
American Beauty. That's any Kevin Spacey movie now is just hard to watch.
It really is because he's such a
Weirdo.
bad person.
1999 Shakespeare in Love.
I'm not a big cancel culture guy, but he's a guy that deserves to be canceled.
That guy did a lot of strange things. Did anyone in here watch Shakespeare in Love in 1999?
Yes, I did.
I guarantee
did
you
not.
did.
I
Yeah,
did
you
not.
did.
No, I did not.
Whatever.
I did
Come
not.
on.
I have not watched like the next.
Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, I can
No.
see you. I
Gwyneth
can see you
Paltrow.
right now. Let's see. Let's see.
did not watch-
1999. You were a freshman in college.
Get out of here! I was in college. I was not a freshman.
Yeah, you were in college. You took some girl by the hand. You were in Cedar
Never.
Falls. Let's go to
What
College
was
Square
the-
Mall. I'm
College
gonna take you to see Shakespeare.
What was the
in Love.
What was the Oscar-winning movie in '84 when I was?
Then we go to
when I
Shaq.
graduated?
Amadeus.
Oh, that's a terrible movie.
Wolfgang
Yeah.
Amadeus. That was a
I
great
do know
movie.
that
I
one.
loved Amadeus.
Tom
I do
Hulce.
know that
Hey,
because
the
it was
guy from
Animal House.
Animal House.
Yeah.
it was a question on the crossword that I did in the sauna the other day. So that's how I know that off the top of my head.
Sauna. There it is.
98 Titanic. We've all seen it.
Yes.
Are you
97.
doing curls in the sauna?
Get out of here. 97. 97. The English Patient.
Nope. Didn't see
I
it.
can't believe you just said that.
That is so great. He is so funny. I love him so much.
Oh man.
It's like bringing a loose cannon in here,
It
isn't it?
certainly is.
96.
96 was, let me guess. No, not Pulp Fiction.
No,
That
it
was
didn't win
95.
that. He did not win that.
Oh, that was the year Pulp Fiction one was the year Forrest Gump one.
Yep, Forrest Gump won in 95. 96 was Braveheart. 94 was Schindler's List.
Oh, great movie.
93, Unforgiven. See,
Great
this is where
movie.
it gets good. 92, Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Dances
Ooh.
with Wolves. I never saw Driving Miss Daisy.
Good movie.
Rain Man. Never saw The Last Emperor. Saw Platoon. Never saw Out of Africa. And then we've got Amadeus, Terms of Endearment, Gandhi, Ordinary People. I read the book too. And obviously the goes on and on from there. But yeah, the Oscars we were talking about before you came in, Kakert. Just it's not the same that it used to be. It doesn't even have that buzz, that feel.
This year is really weird because we haven't gone to movies.
Mm-hmm.
I still like to go to see a movie in a theater.
I haven't since.
I mean, I made
Yeah.
the
I went
downstairs better. Like my speaker system, thanks to my friends at Entertainment Expressions,
Yeah.
is insanely great.
But it's
I'm
still
down there
not the
watching
same.
Titans.
No.
Yeah.
And the thing that it is doing, like with the HBO Max subscription I have, I'll watch the movies that I probably wouldn't watch in theaters only because I feel like I'm getting a sneak peek into it. Like I will watch Mortal Kombat this weekend.
Sure.
Even though it's not something that would ever fit my
Did you
type
see
of
the
movie.
BS that they technically let Godzilla defeat King Kong in a way? King Kong had him, and
I
then
didn't
King
see it
Kong
yet.
let up.
Well,
Yeah, he stabbed him in the leg with this axe, and all he had to do was pull it out of his leg and then slice his throat, and Zilla's dead. But then he stopped because of this little girl. It's
always one of my childhood great what ifs. Godzilla versus King Kong.
Dude, King
It's
Kong,
a no-brainer, King Kong.
Yeah.
That's
if,
why.
if you,
Because
I don't want to hear
Godzilla
this.
has short arms.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to hear this garbage that Godzilla can blow nuclear
blow fire.
blast at him.
Yeah.
Like, King Kong can avoid it. He's too agile.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
I hate this argument with Nick all the time.
Anyway, all right.
Which one could squat the other one though? That's the question.
Yeah.
Right. Which one can power slam the other one? Which one can throw the other one in a headlock? And see?
We have a phone call probably to break this stuff up.
boy.
Ready?
All right. Who do you got? Godzilla or King Kong?
No.
What's up, guys?
What's
Easy
up?
Rays. What's up, buddy?
Not much. I was calling in to try to find out what Kakert thinks about the Iowa basketball team being taken down by the guy who came up with the Catholic versus convict shirt.
That's Joe Frederick.
What happened?
That's CJ's uncle, Joe Frederick, who's at Notre Dame, who played at Notre Dame the same time that Fran McCaffrey was an assistant coach there, and that's the reason that CJ Frederick ended up at Iowa was mainly because of Joe Frederick. And CJ was going to walk on, and now because of Joe Frederick, allegedly, of course, he's now probably going to end up at Kentucky.
What? Why? What are they saying?
The thing that it's really kind of rubbed Iowa the wrong way here is, I know that CJ, this rumor had been going on for 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, right.
Probably it was Big Ten tournament was probably the first time I had heard it, and
yeah, you and Dazzle were talking about it on Hawkeye Report before anybody else was talking about it, and you were just Tom, you were just really shutting it down. Like, I don't know, I'm not hearing what this guy in Kentucky's hearing. Apparently, you got to be Facebook friends with CJ's dad, their uncle.
Well, we were. He was telling his teammates that he wasn't going anywhere. It was clearly a rumor that was Cincinnati, Kentucky area that where CJ was from that was kind of spreading this rumor, and it just, like I said last week, this rumor just won't die, and that's concerning. And then Friday, as late as Friday, he had told Fran everything was fine, ready to come back, and then Sunday he goes in and tells him that he's leaving.
And then Patrick sends a tweet.
Yeah, what's done in darkness or whatever comes to light or something like that. Yep. Yeah, and you could tell
did that?
And you could tell by Fran's statement or lack of statement. Basically, CJ Frederick has put his name in the portal. And that was it. It wasn't like thanks and here are your parting gifts. Or
he's a good leader. He's brought a lot to the
appreciate
program.
what he did for the program. None of that. There was no statement.
He
and
did
that
give a statement like that for Nungi, though.
Yes, he did for Jack, for every other player. The last, my friend John Miller went back and looked, and it was like 8 or 9 guys. It was all like flowery statements thanking him for.
So for those like me that are really, 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 really in the dark on this, what did his uncle do to make him change his mind?
I don't think he changed his mind. I think it was a done deal, and he was just playing it along this whole time.
Well, then what did his uncle do to make him leave?
I think it was, what I've heard is that maybe some representatives had contacted the family and said, hey, if CJ wants to play pro ball, he's probably not going to get there playing at Iowa. That was probably influencing them a little bit.
CJ's not going to play pro ball.
I know.
I don't care where he
not
goes
in the
to
NBA.
college.
Not in the
That's
NBA.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's not going to go to the Europe League and be good either. I'm sorry, he's not.
I would tend to agree with you.
I think he's
I think he's a terrific college player.
Right, exactly.
Terrific college player.
Get your education, son. Have a great college career.
So, do you guys want some other scuttlebutt news?
Yeah, do it.
Other than curling?
Stop it. I create controversy, so let's keep going. Jesus.
How do you guys feel about Jordan Bohannon coming back for a 6th year?
I don't like it. I want Tucson to develop it.
I know, but what if Jordan agrees that he's not going to be a point guard? He's just going to kind of slide over to the 2, play there.
Well, he needs to be a 2 because he doesn't have the athletic ability to be a 1.
Easer what are you saying out there?
I think as much as I love J-Bo, and I think I kind of piggybacked off what Mark Morehouse has said, that J-Bo is the swaggiest, probably most important player of the Fran era, just on what he's meant, the shot against Wisconsin and all that stuff. But he's had his time, and I think that the dynamic of the team is going to change with Keegan and Patrick and Ulis and Perkins and Toussaint, that they're going to be they're kind of go back to what Fran promised 11 years ago. And I think if J-Bo is there, he might just slow him down. Which if he moves to the 2, well, hey, then he's our sniper. But
I think that's the only way that it works. But here's the thing. With what's in the portal now, if somebody had come to you and said, hey, we're going to bring in a guy that's made over 300 three-pointers, had over 600 assists, shoots 40% from three, and you told them that that's the guy that's going to replace C.J. Frederick, every Iowa fan would sign up for that today, right?
Yeah.
They would. They would.
Yeah, they would. So, yeah, you got me there.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, and that, if you look at it from those rose-colored glasses, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think and Easer A's, I think if you're kind of following my side of it, I think it's time to move on, and I think it's you're holding back a guy like Toussaint, who I think is going to be an exceptional talent for Iowa, from potentially growing. And then does he not get his fair shake, and does he hit the transfer portal next year because of it?
I think Jordan he understands. He's going to let Joe Toussaint and Aaron Eulis kind of take over running the team, and he's just going to be a sniper, shooter.
If he can just do the sniper part, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Well,
and I don't think he's going to – I don't even necessarily know if he's going to start. I'm intrigued by this lineup that I was kind of kicking around on the website the last couple of days and on the podcast is with Philip Rebecca coming in.
Yeah.
Have him play post, play the Murray twins, and Patrick and Toussaint. You got like 6, 8.
So you're assuming Wheezy's not coming back.
Wheezy's not coming back, guys.
You're 100%.
99.99%.
What round does he have to go in for him to come back?
I think there's only 2 rounds.
There's only 2 rounds.
He could be an undrafted though.
He's done.
You're sure he's going in the second round?
I don't know if he's going in the second round. I just know he's not coming back to Iowa.
I have a thought on that too.
Sure.
And I think this is the same spot that Frederick's at. I think East Camp's looking at it where unless Jabo comes back, all their friends are gone. These guys, remember when Anthony Nelson left?
Yeah.
All of his friends left. They all graduated, and Anthony Nelson was with that class. He just redshirted. So all of the guys that he was friends with are all gone. So I think East Camp's looking at Garza's gone, Nunji's gone, Jabo more than likely gone. The team is young now. The team's all sophomores and freshmen. Why would you stick around for that?
It's definitely changing to the guard season for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next year, it's kind of a reset. But I'm intrigued by that long athletic lineup because I think you could do some things with that. It could be a pretty good zone team with that lineup too, with that length.
Thanks for calling in, Easer A's.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for
Talk
calling.
to you soon. Yep. Bye. All right. Thanks, Easer A's, for calling in. Now, isn't Jabo coming back? Isn't it all about this active bill that Iowa's on about name,
Well, I
image,
think
and
that's
likeness?
part of it too, is that he wants to continue to work on those issues.
Work on that and then run for Senate or whatever right after this? Because, I mean, he'll be of the age of senator. I think the average will be 55 when he's done here.
Well, my thing is that they're going to heckle him at every away game. They're going to call him Tommy Boy.
Yeah, a lot of guys go to college for. Well, that's the Chem Dog did for Iowa wrestling.
Chem Dog's 30, isn't he?
I think so.
well,
yeah.
Isn't he 30?
Kim Dog.
This is great.
See, that's why you can't.
Kim Dog's a little more favorable in the eyes of fandom than Jabo right now. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know, but it's just interesting that both of them are very accomplished.
Listen, I'm with these rays. I love Jabo. I just think it's time to move on.
I know, but I just went back to the thing where if you would have told an Iowa fan, hey, this is who you're going to get to replace C.J. Frederick, and it's these numbers, the Iowa fans would be going like, oh, my God, Fran, way to go.
Yeah.
Is there anybody rumored out there that's going to come to Iowa from this transfer portal that we haven't seen yet?
There's so many names.
The Rebraca kid who committed yesterday from North Dakota, 16.8 points, 7.6 rebounds per game, shot 36.6% from 3 last year. Physical Serbian player, so he can step out and shoot the 3 a little bit. Got some toughness to him. They're involved at least a little bit with a kid named E.J. Iwanyu, who is he goes to Shawnee State, which is a NAIA school in Ohio. Believe that. 6'11", 240, but he had Ohio State was after him until they got Joey Brunk. Iowa was involved with Joey Brunk for a little bit. Kid who ends up going to Ohio State from Indiana. Indiana's been after him. Michigan or Minnesota, LSU and Florida State jumped in this week, but Iowa kind of poking around a little bit on him. He's, obviously it's NAIA, so he was putting up some monster, 16, 17 points a game, but 10 rebounds and almost 10 blocks a game in the NAIA tournament. He's declared for the draft, but he's kind of waiting to see if he got a second round guarantee, he'd stay in, and then just do the G League between the NBA and G League thing. But I don't think that's going to happen. So he could get an opportunity to major college level, and he's pretty good. He shot like 40% from three this year. So
off of what we've got so far, where do you see the Hawkeyes finishing next year?
I'd have to see what the rest of the Big Ten ends up looking like. Okay. That it's hard to say without knowing the rosters for everybody else at this point. Indiana has done a really good job of recovering after having half their roster in the portal, keeping Jackson Davis, and then getting some guys back. I think they've done well. Ohio State's improved.
Minnesota's in trouble.
Minnesota's just taking spare parts from different places. Wisconsin, I think, stepping back. They haven't really gotten better. Illinois is going to be interesting right now, because it sounds like maybe their top two assistants might be going to Kentucky. Everybody's going to Kentucky now.
Why? I mean, Calipari out there.
Yeah,
just
well, one of the
stealing
assistants, Orlando Antigua, he was on Cal's staff before. So I think Cal wants him back, but Illinois is trying to jack up the price tag. They were offering him like $1 million a year for 4 years as an assistant coach.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Really?
And then,
but they don't pay taxes at the college level. So
Chin Coleman, one of the other assistants, might be gone. And then you wonder if some guys will leave who were recruited by those guys, like the Cabello kid or somebody like that.
You got to be kidding me. An assistant coach is worth $1 million a year.
No.
Get the holy hell out of here.
They're not.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
This is BS, man.
Yeah, they're not.
This is crap.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the spring game that happened last week. At
Yay.
Kinnick.
Fun news.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, read that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because we didn't read one last time.
I didn't know what you were doing.
It's okay, you're fine.
Locally owned since 1934, Jaybird, Tri-City Equipment has been your source for restaurant equipment and value ever since. If you're looking to cater an event, Tom Kakert, or you just want to buy something for your wife because she's a home chef, you can try them online at tricityequipment.com or stop down to 527 West 4th Street and let Kurt, Kevin, or Tara show you around their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom and let you see all those items they have in stock. Remember, they deliver to Quad City residents and match online pricing, so call them today, 563-322-5382. Showroom hours 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
I've been earning and burning, snapping necks and cashing.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Soak up the savings during Power Penny Days at JCPenney. Thursday through Sunday, shop thousands of deals in-store and jcp.com. Like Home Expressions bath towels for only $5. Select kids Arizona graphic tees for $6. And select women's St. John's Bay tees for $7. Plus, get an extra 25% off your purchase with coupon. Shop the hottest prices of the season at Power Penny Days. JCPenney. Offers and coupon valid 4/22 to 4/25. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Let me get right back to you. Sandra, those banners go out tonight. Can you pack them?
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
On machine 4?
Like at Monica's print shop. To fulfill orders on time, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Run with us on a John Deere Z365R Z-Track mower, built for taking it easy. With the Easy Change 30-second oil change system and standard mulch control to control your clippings without any extra effort. Because lawns aren't just for mowing, they're for living. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a new Z300 Series zero-turn mower with 0% APR for 24 months at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 1-800-226-8903.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, over-designed, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5510 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5510. Enjoy.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The player with the highest number of Super Bowl titles in history isn't happy with a change to the NFL's jersey number policy. Tom Brady believes the new rule that now allows both linebackers and DBs to wear any number between 1 and 49 will cause confusion for offenses. Writing on Instagram, quote, "Good luck trying to block the right people down." Speaking of numbers, the Broncos picked 9th in round 1, and they won't rule out drafting a QB. Broncos GM George Patton says he's a big fan of current starter Drew Lock, before adding, quote, "We're still going to look at the quarterback position. We want to bring in competition." Elsewhere, Browns Pro Bowler Myles Garrett is a big fan of Cleveland's free agent additions of safety John Johnson and pass rusher Jadeveon Clowney. Saying of the Browns' new look defense Thursday, quote, "I think will be very scary." In other news, former Raider D tackle Maurice Hurst is signing with the Niners, while Seattle re-signed quarterback Geno Smith. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
Printing you new signs for the times.
Get back to business with custom printed signs and sales materials. Staples has hundreds of designs to choose from, or just upload your own.
And now at Staples, get 15% off signs, posters, or decals when you spend $75 or more.
Some items printed same day when ordered before 2 p.m.
Save big on custom printing at Staples.
Ends 5/29/21. Exclusions apply. Limit one offer per customer. See store associate or visit staples.com/signage for details.
The 2021 NFL Draft is coming to Cleveland, and you can be a part of the action at the NFL Draft Experience.
Cleveland, you guys ready to get started?
Taking place outside First Energy Stadium April 29th through May 1st, the 2021 NFL Draft Experience is a free football celebration and open to families and fans of all ages.
We're the first pick.
Spaces are limited, and you must sign up for tickets in advance. Download NFL One Pass today to reserve your free ticket. Tickets will sell out. Watch the draft live on NFL Network, ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Deportes.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBLB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
All right, we are live in studio with Tom Kickert from Hawkeye Report. Thanks for tuning in today.
Spring game, buddy.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, we got 2 of them.
Yeah.
So we'll have the one next week. By the way, I should mention something that Iowa fans might be interested in because it involves the Children's Therapy Center of the Quad Cities. We got the Chuck Long thing coming up on May 1st.
I saw Dazzo out there.
But there's a cool thing if you're going up to Iowa City. Next Saturday is the second open spring practice and the final spring practice of the spring for Iowa, and it's going to be at 9:30 in the morning or until like probably 11:30, 12 o'clock. And they'll wrap up at the Black and Gold shop in Coralville. So you're already up in Iowa City. They're going to have from 2 to 4. Luca Garza is going to be signing autographs there with cost you $25, but a portion of that will go to the Children's Therapy Center of the Quad Cities. So, and it's you can register online. You go to the blackandgoldshop.com right now, and you can register for a spot because obviously with COVID and everything, it's limited how many people can be in there and everything else. So they're trying to be safe. So Luca's going to be there. I heard he might bring the Naismith Trophy or something. You can get pictures with him and all kinds of stuff. So good opportunity to meet the National Player of the Year before he heads out of town. So go to the Black and Gold shop.
Just real quick on a side note from that, Tyler Cook starting for the Detroit Pistons.
Pistons, pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good for TC.
Yeah, I
He's
think
a good
so
dude.
too. I think he developed a lot.
He's a good dude, and it's he bet on himself, and he's grinded the grind and made it work, and I'm super happy for him. It's just about carving out that role. It was like where Reggie Evans had to carve out a role. He wasn't drafted and ended up playing the league for 10 years, and those are good stories. And Tyler Cook could end up being one of those guys that just kind of carves out a role, ends up having 5-10 year NBA career. And that'd be pretty cool.
From Saturday, what were your takeaways from the spring game for the Iowa Hawkeye football team?
Takeaways. Everybody wants to talk about the quarterback, so we'll talk about the quarterback. There was a collective groan when Spencer Petras threw an interception on his first drive when they were doing 11 on 11. After that, he was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was pretty good.
I like the receiver, Tracy.
Taryn Tracy looks like an all Big Ten guy.
Yeah,
that's what I had said that day. That he just looks. He looked different. He looked confident, under control. Just playing with his play is definitely elevated. Sam Laporta looked good. As far as the quarterbacks, though, I think Padilla looked really good right out of the gate. Mm-hmm. His first drive and a half or so, he was on point. He was really good touch, and then he petered out. Deuce Hogan looked like he was really nervous out of the gate. And
really?
Running and just first time in front of the fans at Kinnick. I think he looked nervous. But then he settled down and looked pretty good.
Wow.
I think there's Petras, then there's a pretty good gap, and then there's Padilla and Hogan kind of next to each other. I think that's how it is right now. I think there's a gap. Now, can those guys close that gap on Petras? I don't know. I think the thing with Petras is we've all kind of got stuck in our head those first two games where he was bad. The Purdue game and the Northwestern second half especially, where he was bad. And we don't think about the end of the year. He was pretty good. The Illinois game, Wisconsin game, he was pretty good in those games. Mm-hmm. So Tryon Tracy's pretty honest about what he says. He's pretty easy to read. And I asked him in one of our interview sessions over Zoom, I said, what do you think of Petras so far? And he said he admitted, he goes, yeah, he struggled at times last year, but he's putting the ball and the money in practice right now. So that's all you can go on.
Yeah.
What are you thinking on this team, Tom? I mean, obviously losing
some
key players on defense.
Here's the thing I think about this team. And Petras, more to point than anybody else, they open with Indiana and then at Iowa State. I think that's where you find out. That's two tough games. Indiana's going to be pretty good. They'll get Penix back from his ACL. You get some guys back. They're talented on that Indiana team. And Iowa State's going to be – Matt Campbell's never beat Kirk Ferentz. And it's going to be in Ames. So Brock Purdy, Brocktober, Brock and roll, whatever they're going to, they're coming for Iowa.
Brock me gently.
Yeah.
Rock me slowly.
So, yeah, that's those first two games. I liked what I saw.
Every day.
I'll tell you what.
That is really good.
That right now.
Oh, yeah.
We've
I want to
got
rock
to do
and
that.
roll all
We've
night
got to trademark
and
it so
Purdy every
Iowa
day.
State can't have that.
Yeah.
We got to trademark that.
So,
Yep.
I thought the defensive line didn't look too bad, and they were missing a lot of parts. Yahweh Black was out, and Logan Jones really didn't do much other than kind of the drill stuff. But I thought the defensive ends looked pretty good. Van Valkenburg, John Wagner had a good day. I thought they were solid.
How's
That's
the O-line look?
O-line was okay. Thought the tackles held up pretty well. They had Nick DeYoung and Jack Plum at the tackles, and they had Mason Richmond, Linderbaum at center, and then shooter Kyler Schott at the other guard. So I think those guys that's probably your top five right now along the offensive line.
What did I see out there about the local guy, Logan Lee? Is he injured?
He's still hurt.
Okay.
Still hurt.
Is he going to be tight end or he's going to be defensive?
He's defensive tackle.
Okay.
Oh.
It'll be the Logans. Logan Lee and Logan Jones.
Okay. What's the prognosis on his injury?
I don't know exactly the specifics. I think he's just recovering from a surgery.
Okay.
Off season.
How much are you paying attention to the upcoming NFL draft?
I'm going to dive into it this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm disappointed we can't gamble on that stuff in Iowa.
I know.
Yeah, we just had Jake from.
I know because the whole the consensus thing with Pitts or whatever else. I still think he's at 4.5.
I'm waiting for.
Give me a team, Tom. I'll tell you they're taking.
Davion Nixon.
He's going to Dallas Cowboys at pick 44.
Of course he's going to the Cowboys at pick
Is he?
44. Yeah.
What do you mean? He's a need for Dallas, Jay, and he's the second best defensive lineman out there. Technically, I mean, it's either him or Levi Onwuzurike.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when Levi's off the board at 41, Dallas has to take
keep
him
an
at
eye out
44.
for Nick Neiman getting drafted.
Ooh.
I saw somebody with a mock draft earlier at pick. I think in the third or fourth. I think in the fourth round, the Dallas Cowboys get Chauncey Golston.
Chauncey Golston. That'd be all right.
I can live with that too because I like him a lot.
All right. I know we go back and forth on things, but CBSSports.com at 44 has the Cowboys taking Davion Nixon.
What?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yes, they do. Trying to see what the other Iowa comes up real quick when they did the first three rounds.
Larry Jackson. Larry Jackson's later. He's
fourth
fallen.
round, fourth
He's
or fifth round.
Fallen. His stock has plummeted. That vegan diet might have done him in.
Well, he's off of that.
I know he's off the vegan diet.
And I think that did kind of do him in. I mean, it's odd to see a starting tackle from Iowa drop that far. Because I think he's talented, right, Tom? But I think
last year, if he would have come out, he would have probably been a third or fourth round pick.
He's dropped in the fifth. I think if he can develop, is the knock on him he's not nasty enough?
Probably. Yeah. Vegan. He's a vegan. Yeah, I think those are the only guys that really have a chance to get drafted.
You don't think Smith Marset?
You know what? He probably does too. Yeah, you're right. I think Brandon Smith might have a shot
I
too.
think Brandon Smith too.
Smith Marset seems to be getting a lot of buzz from various people that return man.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, it will be interesting. You wonder how much the DUI runs in his way a little bit too.
Now you're a Bears fan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Who we taking?
At pick 20, you get from USC
with the tackle.
Yep, Elijah Vera Tucker. He's a versatile man. He can play tackle or guard. And then at pick 52, you ready?
Yes.
Kyle Trask. Your man of the future.
All right.
Would you rather have him or Davis Mills?
Trask.
Would you rather have Trask or Kellen Mond?
Trask.
You either have Trask or Mac Jones.
I wouldn't want to take Mac Jones at 20.
What? He's not going to be there at 20.
I know.
You still wouldn't take him?
No.
You wouldn't trade up to take him? See,
I love that. Why wouldn't you take Mac Jones?
What about what if they traded up to get Justin Fields?
Could you trust him more with your life insurance than you do with your team?
Yeah,
your home life and
I
auto
just wonder
insurance?
if Mac Jones is a product of having incredible talent around
having
him.
the best receivers in the entire world. By the way,
At the
he's
college
throwing
level.
to two of the top 10.
Two of the top three.
Yeah.
Two of the top three receivers.
Well, I would say, but those are two top 10 players, in
How
the league.
dare you insinuate that with what Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron have done in the NFL? How dare you?
Hey, by the way,
What about Mason Rudolph?
Hey, to bring down the mood here a little bit. I just saw a tweet.
Yeah.
Bears legend, you'll enjoy this. Bears legend, well, you'll feel sad. Steve McMichael, Steve Mongo McMichael, has been diagnosed with ALS and is declining quickly.
Oh, no.
Mongo, remember him on Nitro?
He was a Four Horseman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, I remember when he yelled at the umpire at Wrigley.
Yeah, Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I know McMichael.
Got tossed.
Mongo well. Actually, I just saw him the other day on a documentary. I was watching another 85-86 Bears documentary.
Mongo.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Character.
Yeah, he used something else. Professional wrestling career wasn't. I've been.
Remember they had that booth with him and Bobby the Brain?
Yeah.
Mongo?
Yeah, and he didn't really start getting into it until they got Kevin Green involved into stuff.
Yeah.
And then he started getting involved in wrestling, and he was brutal. I mean,
He was
just
not good.
brutal.
He was no Bad Bunny.
No, that guy's
Bad
career.
Bunny.
That guy's career is just skyrocketing.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Why is it? Who names
Bunny!
himself Bad Bunny?
He's a rapper
I
who
know,
loves
man.
wrestling.
Why are you... Bad
Dude,
Bunny?
they love him at WWE.
Oh my
I
God!
know this, but
Do you
the
know how
name
popular he is?
Mm-hmm.
He's incredibly popular.
He's so. Listen.
Don't you see that Corona commercial with him and Snoop Dogg? Bunny.
Oh, is that him in the water?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Bunny.
Oddly enough, since it's been years since we've heard something like this, he announced his world tour after WrestleMania, and he crashed Ticketmaster. He's incredible.
He crashed Ticketmaster.
Yes,
we're gonna have live music soon.
Yeah.
Are you
and live wrestling at the Beer Stube tomorrow night?
Is it tomorrow night?
FCW, yeah.
Tom,
Is Manders wrestling?
Yes.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yes.
Manders
He's
is
defending
back.
his title. I think he's going to lose it. I think it is.
I might go.
Hey, by the way,
What time is
I
that?
haven't seen you post. Are you fully vaccinated now?
I am.
See,
I'm a fully
it's
vaccinated
not on,
man.
but if it's not on Facebook, how do we know?
I did post it on Facebook.
Oh, well, he's not on Facebook. He's just being a
I'm
jerk.
just being a jerk.
What time is it tomorrow? That's a good question. We just had Merrick on yesterday, so that's terrible of me.
Yeah, Manders is going against. It's for the title, and it's something big. Jay, it's like if the guy doesn't beat Manders, he has to retire.
Manders is nuts.
So I think what happens is this guy beats Manders, so he doesn't have to retire, and then they get another match, and Manders regains the title.
Manders is nuts. You see him? He was taking light bulbs to the head.
No, why? Okay.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Well, we were at one of those where someone was falling on tap.
Did you see the Kingsford Kittle commercial yesterday?
George Kittle?
No.
Kingsford Charcoal?
Yeah. Him and TJ Hawkinson, and they're dressed in like wrestlers.
Are you
a wrestling gimmick, and they're doing barbecue in a ring.
Hawk?
Yeah, it's great.
Dude.
That's
Hawk
really
is
good.
dressed up like a cowboy.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's an incredible
Are
commercial.
we worried about Hawk, his productivity dropping a little bit without Stafford? Does Goff get him the rock?
Yeah, I hope Hawk gets out of Detroit. It's where
Dude, that's where good Hawkeyes go to die.
They're loser fans.
Oh, they have the worst fans.
Loser fans of Detroit Lions.
They have the worst fans.
They have the worst fans.
Oh,
they are.
Oh boy.
What do you think Fant's gonna? I think Fant has a breakout year this year. If
Yeah.
they can get him the damn
Hey, by the
ball.
way,
If they have
the
if
Chuck
Drew
Long,
Lock can have a
the Chuck
decent
Long
year.
auction. There's a Noah Fant Broncos helmet in there, full size Broncos helmet signed by Noah Fant. There's also a Bills full size helmet autographed by AJ Epinesa.
Whoa.
Nice.
Speaking of Epinesas, there's another Epinesa coming.
Yeah.
Yosei, Loose, as we call him.
Okay.
He's
got to be a freshman now?
He's going to be a freshman next year. I swear to God, he's big as AJ.
He's huge.
Are you kidding me?
Loose is huge.
He's a freshman in high school?
Huge.
Yes.
Dude. Yes.
And he's already as big as AJ?
Huge. So my first time ever doing, first time really being at covering an Iowa game or whatever else. So you're there afterwards and you go through like tailgates kind of just disperse, right?
Yeah.
But AJ's there throwing ball with his brother, but he's like doing burnout to his little brother who's like in 6th grade, and I know everyone's bigger than me, but he does not look like a 6th grader. And it's almost like as someone walks by and they're like, "Are you picking on this boy?" And he's like, "It's my brother. It's not a big deal." But they're just whipping the ball at each other in this tailgate. It was a crazy thing.
Loose is like 6'4".
Yes.
Jay's like, everybody's
He looks like
he looks like Godzilla to me.
You just see these videos that Epi posts, and it's like a post of him at like playing football, and he would play like fullback, and he would run, and it was like it looked like a bear loose at a children's zoo. It's wild.
Oh, that's great.
All right, we got to run some ads here.
Why?
Because we got to
get paid.
Yeah, we got to do that, and then we got to run some ads, and then we're gonna end the show because it's gonna be that time of day. All right, I want to thank anyone for tuning in. Thanks, Cake, for coming in. I appreciate you. Thanks, Jake from Elite Sportsbook as well. Quad Cities,
Jake
enjoy
from
yourselves.
State Farm,
get
too.
the weather going. Get out and enjoy yourselves. Stay safe and sanitize. Quad Cities. Get out, do some SCW pros this weekend.
Do some squats, do some curls.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. All right.
Find mom the perfect gift at Macy's Friends and Family with our biggest savings on her favorite designers, just in time for Mother's Day.